In pop culture, you often see a character fighting multiple opponents at once, slaying their way through the battlefield.
But how realistic is this really?
Well, today we're gonna examine a couple of different situations and find out.
The first experiment we tried was just trying to fight multiple people.
We tried it with people surrounding us and people on one side, and here's how it went. Yeah, no. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I died.
I died too, though.
Oh, bye.
Turns out, fighting multiple people is hard. If they're all on one side rather than surrounded, it's slightly less hard, but still not great.
If you're surrounded, even spinning the sword around like a Montante didn't seem to be that effective. It just kind of sucks to be outnumbered.
The biggest problem was, as soon as you engage with one opponent, the next opponent is right there to come at you.
In reality, the bad guys don't take turns, unlike in, well, certain pop culture series.
One of the most interesting things is fighting multiple opponents kind of made you a less skilled opponent. You'd make stupid mistakes that you wouldn't normally make.
Your bandwidth is spread out across 3 people instead of 1, and you start to miss things and make dumb mistakes, and your opponents can capitalize on it. But on the other hand, the opponents also have a lot to take in because they're worried about where their buddies are, so the enemies also make dumb mistakes.
So now we know what it's like to raw dog fighting multiple opponents.
But what if you try to employ a strategy? In this experiment, we tried to stack people. That means instead of fighting multiple people at once, we tried to position ourselves so they were lined up and they couldn't all fight us at the same time.
And here's how it went.
No, I missed.
Okay, clip my head too.
Oh my god.
You would have never got hit by. Watch that, watch that. So it didn't go that well.
It kind of made things slightly, marginally, the tiniest bit easier, but not that much.
The problem was we had a slightly open space with not a lot of space to retreat from. You couldn't really funnel people. They could just keep circling. Especially if your opponent knew what your strategy was, it was super easy to counter it.
If I see you trying to circle us all in a line, I can just say no and go the other way, and there's nothing you can do about it.
This would be a much more effective strategy if I had more room to retreat or if I could funnel people into a smaller space like a hallway.
So while this is probably an effective strategy, the context of where you are matters more.
But what if your goal isn't to kill all of the opponents you're facing? What if it's just to get away?
There's this thought that you have to kill all the opponents before you can safely leave, but that's not reality.
If I am fighting multiple opponents, the first thing I want to do is run away. So in this experiment, we tested to see if you could get across a room with multiple opponents and get out. Yeah, but you died too. Let's do 1 with only 2, because I think 3 is too many. Yeah, double though. Let's say it's just a life-and-death situation, that we can pack advantage and keep going. You almost had it, you could have ran. I clipped the back of your head, but it wasn't a lot. I'd say you got away.
Out of all the experiments, this one worked the best, but it still didn't go very well.
Now, granted, we were resetting at any touch. You probably could have gotten out with some serious injuries, but not necessarily death. But having 3 people across from you and trying to get away when they know that's your goal was really, really tough.
There was 1 or 2 times you probably would have gotten out alive, but then you have 3 uninjured people chasing you down too.
If I had to pick the way I was gonna approach one of these situations, it would definitely be trying to get out of there, even if it meant taking some injuries in the process.
So after all 3 of these experiments, what is our overall takeaways?
Well, the first thing is that it just kind of sucks to fight multiple opponents. You're outnumbered, you definitely are at a disadvantage, and really you're just trying to survive. What tactics did we see that worked the best?
The best tactic that we found to work was just pure raw aggression.
To an extent. I mean, if you aggress at somebody and they fear you, you might be able to break a hole and get away. You might be able to take one person down. But if they don't fear you, you probably are also exposing yourself a lot. It kind of depends on who you're fighting.
In the experiment where we were trying to just get out alive, being aggressive to one person as quickly as possible was generally the best tactic because in theory, you could parry or hit them and bail before the other 2 people could have a chance to attack you.
Conversely, in the experiment where we were trying to kill all of the people, I found that it was better to be defensive and wait for them to attack and make a mistake and punish them. But your mileage may vary depending on what kind of fencer you are. I'm a counter fencer, this is my tactics.
But our friend Sam, who is more of an aggressive fencer, found a lot of success with just rushing in as fast and aggressively as possible and trying to take us out individually before we could all converge all at once.
So what we've learned from this experiment is a couple of things. If you are accosted by multiple people at the same time, all trying to fight you with swords,
run away.
If you can't run away, fight until you can run away.
And if you can't fight to run away, try and stack them so you only have to deal with one at a time.
All of these situations are bad. You're probably not getting out unscathed, but these are your best bets.
So the next time you see one guy taking out a horde of enemies in your favorite show, just remember,
IRL, bad guys don't take turns.